So again, what's today? Today is the day after Christmas. So Christmas Day plus one. Hope everyone had a good Christmas. Got lots of presents, wine, etc., etc. Hope everybody had a good time. I myself was relaxed and quiet with the cats. Totally cool. I'm prepping some meals up for this week and next. But my buddy was like, I'm going to try to make Tuscan black pepper chicken. And I was like, cool, I haven't made that in a long time. It's a really cool dish. It's very easy too. It doesn't require any browning, unless you want to brown the meat. Totally cool, up to you. But so I have some friends in from Louisiana, from New Orleans, and I was like, went and bought a whole bunch of short ribs, and I'm like, I'm gonna do Tuscan black pepper chicken. Come on. So look, here's a bunch. They're not bad. I had to cut some of the silver skin off, so like that's not too bad because it has the fat on it, and I want to keep the fat. Others had a big piece of it, but now these aren't bad. This is probably the best size for what you want to do. You know, you got another one like this, and we're not going to, I'm not sure if I'm going to brown them or not yet. I may not, but the way you do this dish is you smother it with paste and garlic paste combined together with some fine grain pepper, just to start this with. That's all you got to do. And I'm going to use my mortar and pestle to kind of blend them up. That's going to be cool. Got a good wine to use for braising. This would be cool. Nice. You always want to have a good wine to put into these things. I might need two. You never know. We'll check it out and see. However, this is a fun little thing to do. It's easy. It's mostly done on the stove, and it takes about 3 hours of you just sitting there doing nothing after it's ready to go. All right, let's do this. All right, listen. Dad's got to cook. What are you doing up here? I know you like the wine, but come on. Come on. Get, go on down. Go on, Babu. Get down. Go on. Mignon. Good girl. Good girl. All right, we'll play later. We got to do some prepping right here. Come on, let's do this. So, my people told me now that I've got 30,000 subscribers that it's important to like and subscribe. You don't have to, but you could. It's totally fine. Mama would be happy. All right, let's get to cooking, guys. Here we are. Let's get rid of this. And don't be mad at me. Don't be mad at me for using already peeled. I got it fresh. It comes in fresh every day. So we're going to get a bunch of this, and we're going to put it into the mortar, and we're going to smash it all up nicely. Here we go. Let's get some. Smash this down. See how good this stuff is. I didn't get as much as I thought I would get, but that's okay. I can do more. But let's add some paste in. Look, I've just got some Moody paste. Moody, there you go. So again, you can, when it comes to this dish, I historically brown my meats, but depending what recipe you look at, there's no browning involved, but I still may brown. I don't know. Yeah, good. That's just good. That's instead of mashing, I've already mashed it with the mortar, the pestle. So you're supposed to blend this and coat the meat and then not brown it, because if you brown it, you burn everything. And then put in the wine. But I'm like, yeah. I'm gonna add more garlic. But I will tell you that I'm torn between to brown or not to brown this time. Oh, it sounds like it could be a problem if I don't brown. But let's add some more garlic. Let's get this done. Yep. So I decided not to brown them. I'm going to try this traditional way to do it. However, what I've historically done is like I would brown these, and they'd go in a beef broth wine reduction, and I'd make braised short ribs. But this is a different dish. It's a different procedure. This one does not require beef broth. It's just wine. But we do need to take this stuff, this yummy stuff here, and we're gonna put a little bit on each one, and we're going to rub this stuff in. This is a pretty heavy garlic paste combination, which is good. Yep. There's one step we've not done yet, and it is to get some whole peppercorns and break those puppies up. So just want to take this and get it all around. Yep, as best as we can. Remember, we're not browning these. These are going to go basically bone side down with the wine. So if you think you need some more of this, get more. Ooh, it's got a lot of garlic. This will be an interesting dish. And as I said, I haven't done this in a very long time, so just kind of enjoy. Have fun with it. This is, since you're not browning anything, that takes 30, 40 minutes to brown this much meat properly. Yeah. Hold on, put on pause. Perfect. So you can see there's a good portion of braised short ribs in here. You know, I've coated them well. I'm gonna add some herbs. So what do I have from the garden? I've got some fresh rosemary that I should break up, and some fresh parsley, some fresh oregano, some fresh sage, and the bay leaves aren't from the garden. I don't have a bay leaf tree here, unfortunately. That was at the old ranch. But we're gonna add these in real quick. Just give me a sec, we'll chop this up. Good, good, good. There we go. Just gonna break that up a little bit. Yes, we did. We're just gonna smother it in here. Just get, come on, get in there. Go and get in. No worries, get in there. I like the way sage smells sometimes, guys. It really smells nice. We'll add the parsley. Let's get the bay leaves at least in there. Put one on the side, one on this side. Is there another? Yeah, there's a third. Come here. Will you come here? Oh, come on. And boop, on the back side. And the parsley, well, we'll add the parsley in once I get everything else in. I don't want to break it up just yet and put it in. But let's go ahead, and what we're going to do is we've got some black peppercorns. So these are what I got. Get a bag of these things. We're going to do a lot. Yeah, it calls for a lot. Now, we're going to add some salt into this. It's going to need a little bit of salt. Not too much. You can always add salt to the end. Don't overpower in the beginning, because if you screw up the dish, you're not going to be happy. And we're going to add some other crushed black pepper other than this. This is going to be a little bit different. We're going to break this up into big chunks. It's going to have a great aroma. But we're just going to add a little bit of stuff into this besides these. This will go in at the end of this prep. See how this turned out. I had peppercorns going everywhere, guys. They were all over the place. But that's right. The aroma is quite intense. But let's add a little bit of salt. I just got some Morton's iodized salt. Not too much, guys. Just a little bit. But you can always add at the end. Remember, always at the end. And I like to use these guys too. This black smoked pepper is really fun. Yeah. We're not going to use a whole lot. A couple of tablespoons. This is a pepper dish, though. I mean, it really is. So there we go. That's it. Now we're going to add these things in here. Oh, just grab them. Look, just grab them and toss them all over the top. You can mash them down if you need to, if you feel like it. It should stick nicely. This is going to be a crazy dish. Hope it doesn't kill us. Oh, pepper. All right, get that in there. Let's add some wine to this, yeah? Come on. Perfect. Now it's on the stove. What we want to do is add this wine in. Try to get it in the grooves. You don't want to smother the top. We're going to use the whole bottle. Let's just try to get it around, yeah? We're going to bring this to a boil and then turn to low simmer for 3.5 hours. Oh, yeah. This looks good. Probably going to need some more wine. And of course, I'm losing some stuff on top, but that's all right. Let's keep this going. There we are. Come on. Thankfully, I got another bottle, which we're going to need. I don't think I need really any more, but I just poured a little bit. Yeah, just a tad. There you go. All right, we're going to leave it like that. That's a good depth. I like that depth. That should not be problematic for us. So, again, we'll talk about this. So, Tuscan black pepper chicken. I'm sure there's another name for it in the Italian. Don't know what it is. Sorry, I should look it up. I'll let y'all do it. It's like pescare or something like that. Yeah, don't kill me if it's wrong. But let's take a look at it real quick. Got all the rub on there. We got the black pepper, some salt, and the wine, the right depth, I believe. And what we're gonna do is cook this for 3.5 hours on the stove on low. Hour and a half on just like this, bone side down on the short ribs. And then every 30 minutes after, rotate it to one side or the other. So you've only got 3 other sides to rotate it to, left, right, and the top, and roll it down. That's all 4 sides done. So at that point, it should be very fork tender. And at that point, we'll take it off fire, remove it, and then start to work with the leftover residual liquids, the gravy. Yeah? All right, guys. Happy cooking day after Christmas. Oh, there's some good cooking wine. Yeah, nice. We'll try that out. It tastes pretty good too. So here we go. Bring it up to a boil. It's getting there. And then we'll cover it and reduce it to low for 3.5 hours. Perfect. It's come up to a boil. Now we're just going to turn it down. I mean, we could do the simmer side of things on low. That's fine. We'll do that. Yeah, got a good fire. That'll be good. Now we're going to cover this up. Perfect. See you in 3.5 hours, guys. So in all seriousness, I am not using Dominus to cook with. Anybody knows these wines, you're just drinking them. They're way too expensive and they're not cooking wine. So what I try to get about a case of a couple of white and red. Usually the Italian wines are the red ones, and I'll get some white, light burgundy for the white ones. But I'll show you what I'm using for this dish. So just using this. It's about $12 over at H-E-B. Probably most as it'll be. But it works well for cooking. If you want to drink it, you can, but there are far better Chiantis. I mean, you get the reserve stuff, the Ruffinos, it's actually quite nice. But for $12, I'm cooking with it. And I use about 1.5 bottles in that. Did not use the Dominus, I just filled that in there. So, just in case you were curious, people tell me, are you really cooking with that? I'm like, no. I drank it and kept the bottle and forgot about it. So, there you go. Ruffino, cooking wine for me. Let's take a look. It's been about an hour. Oh, nice. That smells really good, guys. So, about another 30 minutes, and then we'll start to flip them. This is hour and a half. So all we're going to do, you could rotate them completely over like this. Totally fine. But you want to get all the sides, guys. Just going to rotate them all nicely. You're probably going to lose that stuff on the top. It happens. Hey, don't worry. It's going to go in the sauce, which is nice. Very good. Don't worry about the bones. It's all right. All right. Rotate nicely. Get all those herbs back in. Yeah. So that's all rotated. So we got about 2 hours left. So what we want to do is just every 30 minutes rotate it to that one side or the other. So here we go. Close it up. See you in a bit. These have been in on the stove for 3.5 hours. I rolled them around a few times. Get this out the way. And all we want to do, and they are done. I did use the fork test. They're very tender. What we're going to do, and I'll show you. Just going to take them, put them over here, because I want to reduce this sauce, which is now a nice gravy, a fabulous gravy. It's just nothing but wine on this one. Remember, there's no broth on this one. These bones will just slide out on their own. There's probably 1 or 2 stuck in here. But this, we're going to reduce this down by half, make it into not a heavy glaze. It's going to be thick, but not too thick, because we want the consistency on here. Yeah. Perfect. It looks good. And we're going to pull these off, put them on the side. We're just going to put this in a different pot and reduce this down. So I transferred it from the big pot over here, but it's too big to reduce the liquid down for what I need. So I got it to a smaller one. However, short ribs have a large fat content, so we're going to have to spoon this off, a good considerable portion of this, while we're reducing it down, because you don't want that fat in there. But it just shows you, just transferred the pot. This is one of my Le Cuisettes, one of the skillet style or braising pans, but too small to do these in. Yep, these are so good. They smell fabulous. But we're just going to bring this up, not to a boil. We're going to probably a medium heat, and just spoon off the fat and let this reduce down by half. That's all we got to do. Then we'll taste for seasoning if it needs any salt. I don't think it does. It definitely does not need any pepper. but the salt's the one thing we got to know about. All right, see you soon. So just to give you an idea of oil so far, so this is what has come off. I didn't add any oil to this at all. This is just coming off the short ribs. So I'm trying to save some of the stuff on the bottom if I can, but this is reducing down nicely. Not too bad, yeah. Give it about 5 minutes and we'll show you how it looks. Here we go. So I've got to the reduction I need, which is nice. But I'm gonna tell you, this has a little kick to it. That pepper is really not, look, we're just gonna flip these around, blend them in here. Yummy. But yes, I tasted it, and it tastes fabulous, but it does have some pepper to it. Just letting you know. But it's very, very yummy. Meat is so tender. Got a few more to do. And then the bones just come popping out on their own, guys. They just slide right on out. So don't worry about anything. Not gonna break anything up. All right, let me finish this up first. See the bones, they pop right out. There it is. This dish is finished, guys. I've reduced everything down. I'm gonna keep it on low medium, cover it up. It's perfect. Let it sit in there as long as you want, but it is finished. Now, the only thing you have to decide to do is if you want rice, mashed potatoes, polenta. Polenta is probably the original dish. Doesn't matter. Use some grits, use some brown grits or some white grits, purple grits, any kind of stuff you want. But it tastes fabulous. It does. Hey, it does have a pepper kick. Yeah, okay. Haven't done it in a while, but it tastes so good. So I will chat with y'all later. Happy eating. Yum. All right, here we go.
Get some
Look.
Italian cooking music on.
I will. All right, look, we got some mashed potatoes and
Oh, you're letting him.
I'm gonna slide over.
No, I'm a fixture, so.
He knows where to go. Get some gravy.
Christian was basically our COVID chef. I don't know if y'all knew that.
Look at that.
Like,
There you go, guys.
that
Yummy.
was,
Yum.
no, literally, like
This
we
is
were.
it.
There were so many.